Okay, does he get offended by this is the question I thought was so funny. Okay, so Benjamin, when you're having your feet taken care of by the farrier, is there anything the farrier says, or is there anything the farrier does that you don't like? He says I just tune him out like I do with everyone, like I just tune out what he's saying. And he smells him too. He's like, he smells funny as well, like just sweaty. Ugh. Anything the farrier says to you, like about your weight or anything like that? He says, what do you mean my weight? He says, I'm absolutely perfect. That's what he just said. I'm perfect. Let me just tell him you absolutely are perfect. So I think if the farrier says anything, I don't want to offend him by, telling him directly what the farrier says, but he just kind of tunes him out, and he thinks he's a perfect weight. You are perfect, very handsome. He said, I'm a solid type of horse. I don't know if you come back with things to say, but he says, I'm a solid type of horse. I wasn't meant, I'm a good weight for my bones, for my stature. He's saying, like, it's a good for me. I'm a solid horse. I'm not a greyhound. He says, I'm quite fine with how I look. Thank you. Yeah. He says, I'm perfect. Also, he says he's like, I'm not being ridden enough to be really thin. He's like, what am I meant to do? He's like, I'm not like, I'm not out on the race track every morning. So he's quite aware of the work that he does, and he's quite aware of his own stature, and he's fine, and he thinks he's perfect, and he is absolutely perfect. So if the farrier does say anything, honestly, I think he just turns a blind eye to it. He just ignores him. Okay, so Benjamin, do you feel better? Do you feel better after being in Jasmine's care? I appreciate her gentle touch. I really like her laugh. Her laughing makes him happy. So he just likes the sound of your laugh and the gentleness of you. And like if you're fussing him, sort of like brushing him, grooming him, his legs, all that type of stuff, it's just wonderful. He loves it. It makes him feel... He doesn't like to admit it because he... I get that he's not being hugely pampered like in the past with someone who really adoring. Like I get that it was more of a practical relationship that he had where he kind of learned to be introverted and sort of just kind of block out the world a little bit. Whereas with you, he finds himself sort of expressing himself a little bit more, and it almost catches him like by surprise, like, oh, and I don't know. So he's finding himself being more affectionate back, and it surprises him. And it's like, oh, I didn't mean to show my feelings, like that type of thing. And he does chuckle with you, and that he likes to feel that he shares and jokes with you too. Like he'll just quietly chuckle along in his own mind, and just the way you just fuss around him with just the way you move around him and your laugh. And he finds you quite a positive, light energy, which is always a pleasure to see, he says. And he actually really likes his quiet days. So the quiet days with you, doesn't necessarily mind not having a lot of horses around him, because he's learned to be kind of within his own space. Not that he would be opposed, I don't think, as long as they didn't come too close to him, if he was like, trying to rest or eat or something, or, kind of doing his thing, like, but he would be fine. But he, I actually get that he really likes the peaceful days and being the center of attention as well, not having to share any attention and having all the attention on him, and just having that peacefulness where there's, I don't know, like you can relax. Does he feel loved and happy? I guess he kind of answered that then, but Benjamin, do you feel loved? Do you feel loved and happy? He just said it's been a long time coming, which is really sweet. Yes, he's very content. And what was the other thing? Okay, is there anything Jasmine can do to make your time together better? Do you plait his mane? If you do, he really likes it. Like you plait it to one side or something. He really likes that. It just makes him feel really important and really handsome. And if you're brushing him and you're gentle, he really appreciates that. And he says, I just got that saying, like every pony deserves to be loved by a little, God, it's going to make me cry. Every pony deserves to be loved by a little girl once in their life. And he's just giving me that vibes. That saying just really came out really strongly. Like inner children, you know, like you have a moment together where you're like inner children. And for quite a stoic, sort of introverted, more, he has definitely learned to close himself off. It's just really wonderful for him to like have that. He's like, it was my time. It's my time now, isn't it? Oh my gosh, it just makes me want to cry. Yeah, he loves the one-on-one. He just loves the one-on-one. He's really happy with that.